folks, how are we going? Welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Yep, probably that's not working properly, but I'll get another one working. Thank you very much for having us here. That's it, welcome aboard, nice to have you. So here we are in the chat. It's me by my lonesome today. Ilana is otherwise occupied. We have a house inspection happening up next week. That is the real estate agents that are taking care of the property for the landlord are coming in next week and doing an inspection. So Ilana's getting us all shipshape, and as soon as I'm done with this chat today, folks, I will be running off and helping out getting things put into their place. So first in the chat, we are privileged. The winner of the Fair Star 255 trillion points is Michael Ann. Dang, she's too early. Well, the good news is, Michael Ann, you're here. Next is young Mr. Busby. Sir Chris, is this the right chat? Well, mate, that's a question you have to answer. But I'm here. G'day Laurie, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Always a pleasure to see you on board. Next we've got young Danny, welcome aboard Danny, nice to have you here. Hey, woohoo, I'm here, we see you here. Well, if it isn't the great Tony G 1975, g'day duck. Well, g'day Tony G. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. We've got Sir Eric B in the chat. Welcome aboard, Eric. Hey, Eric, I watched your video you did on Las Vegas today. Man, that was awesome. Keep it up. Keep it up. Thank you, Laurie. Yes, hey there, Sean. Chris is going Dina Diva. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Danny Diva. He's also having a bit of a giggle, so that's cool. Danny is going, hey, Eric, Tony, Laurie, Busby, and my friend Michael Ann. Now, Danny, you did that all in one voice. I mean, one breath. Man, that was hard for me to do in one breath. G'day, Troy. Howdy, mate. On your phone contact. Hey, mate. So good to see you in the chat. We've been thinking a lot about you and hope everything's been going in the right direction for you, mate. But welcome aboard. Nice to have you in the chat. Laurie's saying g'day. Chris is saying g'day to Troy. Laurie's saying g'day to Danny. Troy, howdy to everybody. Well, Vigets, Darian, Vigets. I was hoping that the spaghetti ice you had on the weekend last weekend was very good, and you kept some for me. Unfortunately, I am unable to be there for it, but we know there is a cruise coming up in January of 2025, and we are suspecting that you will be here with the spaghetti ice. Otherwise, you will have to be coming down to Melbourne, and I can be organizing spaghetti ice for you, Hederian. Danny is saying g'day to Troy. G'day, Kelly and Tammy's Journey. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Hello, Down Under Cruisers, my family. Thank you very much for that privilege. Michael Ann is saying g'day to Busby and Troy. And as well as Danny. Troy is saying puddin'. Who's puddin'? Laurie is saying g'day to Troy. Busby, g'day Sean, how are you, mate? Mate, the correct answer is g'day Sean, how the hangin'? And I would have replied, long and loose and full of juice and ready for you. But no, wrong chat. Well, I'm Michael Ann from Troy. Busby is to Darian. Howdy, Laurie. Darian, hey Busby, etc. A couple of g'days there. Thomas Reiser, welcome aboard, Thomas. Nice to have you here. I think this is the first time you come into this chat. If I'm mistaken, please correct me, but it's nice to have you here. Danny is saying, nice to see, what's his name again? Oh yeah, it's Sean. Thank you, Danny. Thank you so much for the love and support. Um, Chris is saying good day to Kelly and Tammy. Eric is saying good day to Darian. Laurie is saying good day to Darian. Darian is saying good day to to Thomas. Troy is saying good day to Darian. And back. And Laurie to Eric. Eric is going to Danny. Kelly is hello to Busby. And Busby's back to Eric. Everybody's saying good day. It's so nice to see. I'm just bringing these up real quick. Hey, hey Darian, sorry for missing your stream tonight. I'll catch the replay later. Again, g'day Ryan. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. And we've got Eric, the lady Najuma. Welcome aboard, Najuma. Nice to have you in here. Again, a couple of good days, which is great. Eric is doing his bit. Darian is saying, I saved some SpaghettiOs for you. Thank you so much, Darian. Sorry. Thank you so much, Darian. It was very nice of you to be thinking of me like that. Michael and Busby saying good day to Michael and Laurie to Donahue. Eric. Sean, I'm trying to get Darian to split that cruise with me in January. Mate, if that's cool, that'd be awesome. Get you both down under. And you never know. It might, well, things might happen. So please God, it works out well and we get all of you down here. That'll be really awesome. Busby is saying, Sean, you need to work on your German accent. I don't need to work on my German accent. I have enough German accent around me all the time. You listen to Herr Darian and he will tell you that I am pretty much close on the money. It is a pfennig that I am on. Or is it 3 marks? I'm not exactly sure. Okay, Thomas is saying he thinks it's the second Darian sent him. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Very nice. Breathe? Why should I need to breathe? Am I an embarrassment to you, Sir Busby? Don't forget to smack the thumbs up. Thank you. And if you don't like us, hit the thumbs down twice. Kelly and Tammy, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Larry, welcome aboard, mate. Nice to have you in here. Nice to see you. No problem to Darian. Kelly and Tammy's journeys are saying good day to Larry. Danny is going, Larry, what's up? Nice to see that people are busy having a good day with each other. Folks, as you know, the heading says 10 days out. 10 days from what? Chris is saying I'd crack him up. Mate, don't do that. Lovely Ness would have to clean up after you. That's not a good thing. G'day, Danny. Kelly is saying, hello, Troy, miss you. Yes, fully agree with that, Kelly and Tammy's journey. We do fully miss the guy. We only wish Troy good things. I'm just going through the chat here, just putting up all the messages. If you're not there for long, please understand we're streaming out on 4 streams, 2 YouTube channels and 2 Facebook channels. So just understand that I'm bringing it up so everybody can read the comments. Okay, Darian is ignoring my German accents that I'm going to a lot of trouble trying to bring up just for Herr Darian, and I will continue to just be like this for him, but that will be good. Now, I mean, if Eric and you and Darian can split the bill, that would be awesome. Stream Elements are saying, welcome to the Down Under Cruises. Please support our channel so that we can support Helping Hands for Cruising. Talking about Helping Hands for Cruising, guys. They are just about to finish up. And by the way, for those of you across the pond, happy St. Patrick's Day. I know it's almost over. But more importantly, we have a cruise out there right now that is just about to finish up, and that's really exciting to see. So the news that's going around is, well, first up, as the thumbnail says, we're 10 days out from my parents' first. I won't call it a group cruise, but it'll be my parents' first cruise. So we're excited about that, so that we can, and believe me, there'll be much filming going on this time. Not as much work, which is good. But more importantly, there are rumours that Sir Kenneth Oakes has done the deed and has booked his second cruise. And I believe he's doing it with the assistance of young Miss Crystal, which is an extremely exciting thing, because I believe they're doing a group cruise together, going out in November of this year, going to, I don't even know the itinerary, to be honest, but it sounds like Kenny's got the bug, and that makes my heart sing no end, because he has a young man that has taken the horn by the bull, the bull by the horns. I was going to say it the other lexically, the horn by the bull by the horns, and by doing that, he has taken himself to a point where he's going to try and save some money aside and go on a cruise, and that's going to be awesome. And if we can get enough people to go with him, that would be even more exciting. Troy saying g'day to Larry, Larry to Troy. Scrow's Nest, welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. I've been watching some of your stuff too, and you've been putting together some very, very nice video. Guys, go and see Scrow's Nest. Need to get on that channel. Eric is saying fingers crossed for Australia, but 5K is a bit much. But 3K sounds a lot. It sounds okay. And yes, look, I don't care how you guys get here. Just come on down. You guys are going to be having the most amazing time. Specifically, you come in just before New Year's Eve. You see the fireworks going off the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And then just on the right-hand side of Circular Quay, well, where the overseas passenger terminal is where the Celebrity Edge is going to dock, because it's too big a ship to go underneath the bridge. So where the overseas passenger terminal is, if you look straight over the waterway, which is the quay, it's called Circular Quay, you will see the Opera House. How can I have green in my hand? You'll see the Opera House, and it is just the most divine look. So we'll talk more about that as we get closer. So it's going to be a great time for you guys. Danny is saying, have a blast, don't have too much fun. Why? The more fun we have, the better it is. Diane is saying good day to Squirrel's Nest. G'day Lillian, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. We've got Daniel Jose, welcome aboard Daniel, nice to see you. Daniel, I think this is the second time, the first or the second time you come into our chat, so welcome aboard, nice to have you here. Busby, Sean, he just might have gotten the bug. I think so. And that would be extremely fantastic for that young man, because he needs to spread his wings a bit, I think. Larry saying g'day to Daniel J. Michael Ann is saying to me it's out of Charleston, South Carolina to Half Moon Cay and Nassau, Bahamas. 5 days. Wow-wee. That sounds like the most awesomest cruise. Are you thinking about that one, Michael Ann? You going to do that one? Lillian is saying g'day to Larry. We've got Michael Ann saying it's on the Carnival Sunshine. Ooh. Kenny's a little ray of sunshine going on that cruise. It's going to be fun. Larry is saying g'day to Lily. Now, Ocean to Ocean, also I beg your pardon, the Ocean Life. Well, if it isn't the Sir Ricky, welcome aboard, Mr. Ricky. How is the lovely wife of yours, the Lady Lexi? Glad to have you guys on board. Hey, mate, 10 days for us on the Grand Princess. That's going to be a real blast. Now, I believe you guys are going to be coming down to Australia for January the 2nd, 2025. Um, you got to find out more about that cruise, mate. But we would love to have you here. G'day, Lillian from Kelly and Tammy. Well, and Anthony Barmarush, welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. It's been a while. I'm so glad you're here. We are a bit earlier for us, 1 o'clock for us, still 10 p.m. Eastern for you guys across the pond. But in a couple of weeks, we'll be dropping back to midday for us because of the daylight saving change. So that drives me nuts too. So yeah. Lillian is saying g'day to Darian. I'm sorry there, Ricky. I was hoping I did see. According to me, everything should be coming in and out of the Facebook side. So I do apologise, but nice to have you on board anyway. Scrow's Nest, thank you. It's a pleasure, mate. All your stuff's great. Lillian is saying g'day to Michael Ann. Michael Ann is saying g'day to Lily. G'day, She Devil Adventures. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. It's nice to see you. We've got Kelly and Tammy saying g'day to the Ocean Live. Larry saying g'day to She Devil. We've just got people saying g'day to each other. That's absolutely awesome. So yes, 10 days time, we're on the Grand Princess. Now, interestingly enough, Grand Princess, let me say, even though she's an old ship, she does hold a record. So it's nice to have a ship that does hold a record. Thomas is saying his first cruise was on the Grand Princess out of Whittier, okay, to Vancouver, okay. Arkansas, is that right? Arkansas to Vancouver in July. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that cruise no end, Lily. Hey, I'm sorry guys, but I don't understand your abbreviations for your states. I hope I got that correct. AK being Arkansas. Danny's having a giggle. I don't know at who, whether it's me or everybody else. Nothing unusual. People always laugh at me all the time. Tommy is in. Tommy. Oh yeah, that's Tommy Riser. That's cool. And Darren saying g'day to Shedevil. Hey Darian. Howdy Darian. Michael Ann is saying she might just do that cruise. Well, that would be absolutely awesome if you could. Because I need you to keep your eye on Crystal. You never know what she might get up to. She gets easily overrun by Lola, and Lola's one that I'm really worried about. So if you can keep your eye on her, that would be extremely awesome. I'm just going through all the quick and easy stuff. Larry, it is 7:15 where you are in BC. Mate, it is 13:19 here in sunny Melbourne. Larry, currently 29 degrees, heading for 37. Michael Ann, howdy to Darian. Bernay, welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Yes, happy St. Paddy's Day. Well, it's tail end of St. Paddy's for you. That's old news for us. That was yesterday. But hope you're having an awesome day, or had an awesome day. Larry's saying g'day. We've got hello to Fairy Dust. Laurie's g'day to Fairy Dust. Larry to and I'm just going to go through this real quick, because when you start going through the AK is Alaska. Okay, thank you for that. Why couldn't they use AL? Would that be Alabama? I don't know. Thank you for the clarification, Thomas. Really appreciate that. Bernay is just full of rainbows, so that's awesome to see. Okay, now Darian is saying, doing well, and I hope the same for you, Barmarash. Thank you. I don't know why every time I got to talk about Darian, I get that accent. Because if you heard Darian, he doesn't speak like that at all. Amy, welcome aboard, Amy. Hello, hello at work. Just wanted to say good day. Glad you popped in. Keep us in the in your ear. Just listen in. You might find things exciting. So there we go. You got a bucket load of people saying good day to you anyway. Okay, Eric is saying AR is Arkansas and AK is Alaska. Okay, and what's AL? Is that Alabama? Um, a couple of people saying good day. So there we go. Darren is also saying good day. Busby, Eric, um, Fairy Dust, Laurie. Okay. Tammy's Journey giving us they're giving us Bernays YouTube channel, folks. Got to see that one too. Bernay does some amazing stuff when she decides to do it. Busby saying good day to Amy. All right, Larry. Currently 45 or 7 degrees where he is. 7 degrees, mate. That's freaking freezing. Thomas goes on July the 1st, July the 7th. Mate, well, let me say, you will have an awesome cruise because from what I hear and understand, the Grand is an amazing ship. So we'll be on her in 10 days. It's going to be a 3-day cruise, leaving Melbourne, going to a place called Eden, and then end up in Sydney. Eric is saying AL is Alabama, so I was correct. Obama Rush is hanging in there. Darian, he has to have surgery in a few. Doctors have him locked down and can't work. Well, that's a shame, Obama Rush. What's going on, mate? I hope you have a speedy recovery. I pray for a speedy recovery for you. Darian is having a good old giggle at me, and German laughing is very different to Australian laughing because Germans laugh and Aussies laugh You see, it's all in the mouth. How they close the lips. Berna is saying blessings to you, Anthony. Mate. We wish you a speedy recovery, buddy. Gave both thumbs up. Thank you very much, Lillian. Much appreciated. Larry, prayers for you. Anthony. Bernay is saying, I'm so behind. Yeah, you are. So am I. Prayers, Anthony. Sean, AM stands for anti-meridian. That is correct. And that's why I use 24 hours. So there you go. PM is post-meridian, so 12 PM, which is actually 1200 hours. Busby. Praying Barmarash. G'day, Cruise Nuts. Welcome aboard, buddy. Been watching you in some of the other channels. Try to get onto one of your streams today, and got sidetracked, so I didn't get to watch any of your stuff, but I will later on. So, 10 days out from the Grand Princess, and it's really interesting to watch some of the questions that Mum and Dad have asked, especially considering that they've never been on a cruise, so every time we look at a video from people who have just recently been on the Grand Princess, Mum will go, "Is that a paid restaurant? Is that one part of it?" So it's exciting. It's exciting to watch them, and I think they're going to have an absolute blast when they get on board the ship, because just standing next to the thing is like friggin' huge. So there we go. Excitement blast. Now, if anybody's wondering why I'm actually drinking out of a mug that has been presented to me from J&N Travels, and if John's in the chat, 1325, mate, I'm using that mug because my Down Under Cruises mug broke, so I'm going to have to get another one. Well, if it isn't the Dyson Crazy Adventures, welcome aboard. Nice to have you guys here. Lillian saying g'day to a couple of people, which is awesome. Okay, so yeah, so it's going to be really fun. So some of the things that we want to think about when you're coming into 10 days out from a cruise, and correct me if I'm wrong for those that have um, been on a cruises recently, especially with Princess right now. We can't get our medallions pre-ordered. We have to pick those up at the port. So in our case, one of the first things that we need to do is make sure that we're on the Princess app and get things organized on the app. I think it's called Ocean Ready, and we need to get ourselves ocean ready, which means we need we need to ensure that we have all our paperwork filled out. Now, because the cruise is a local cruise, it's going from Australia to Australia, not stopping off at any international ports or anything. It's all domestic. Um, it's going. We only need driver's licenses or some sort of photo ID. So both mum and dad and my sister are coming on board with driver's licenses. Ilana and I are taking our passports along um, because that's what we've got over there. That's what we'll have with us. So there we go. Um, but the Ocean Ready makes sure that we've got everything in place, so that all we need to do is just get our medallions set up, and then we should be able to just march onto the ship, and it should be a really quick affair. So that's what we're. G'day, Lorraine. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. So that's what we're looking at getting organised with our cruise. Also, in Australia, when you're leaving a cruise ship, you need to have a test, whether it be a rat test or whether it be one you do at home. Um, but it needs to be done 2 days before, within 2 days before, and you need to. It's the honour system. You need to go in there with a photo of your test and make sure that everybody knows, well, that they know the test is a negative one. It's the one we love to fail. Um, I'm not too sure about masks at this particular point in time. Um, G'day, Tommy. Welcome aboard. Is it me or is Sean sitting in the middle of a bay somewhere talking to a mic? You are quite correct. Ilana is not talking to the mic today. Ilana is getting us organised for a inspection that our landlord wishes to do on the property, which is entitled to do twice a year, and he's actually going to be doing it this once. Laura Rain is saying, awesome getting ready for your cruise. How exciting! Yeah, it will be exciting because it gives us an opportunity to spend family time with mum and dad, and we're hoping to get a family video, so or a family photo at least, a professional one done. So that's going to be awesome. Laurie saying good day, Tommy, Nick. Thank you so much for popping in. Absolutely loved your postcard. It's not a postcard, man. It's a friggin' blanket. It's so bloody huge. But yes, beautiful photo. Um, Folks, Nick has just been around the world, and he sent us a photo of his trip in a postcard. What a novel idea, and it was awesome. So we're really grateful for that. And I believe Nick is coming down in 2024. He's doing something unique. He's going on two of Australia's most luxurious trains. One is the GAN, which goes from Adelaide up to Darwin and vice versa. And the other one goes from Perth to Sydney and vice versa as well. Both running the thousands of dollars to go on board. But I tell you what, once you go on it, you've seen the country and it is an experience. They also do off-train excursions. So If anybody has the opportunity, like for example, the GAN is like just over 2 grand Aussie each way. So there you go. 3 days, and I think the Indian Pacific is 5 days. Again, people are saying good day to each other, so I'm just letting that happen. Nick is saying he was just out celebrating St. Paddy's Day. Mate, did you get some green beer to drink, or was that, did you get anything else? Um, Lorraine is saying very important family quality time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, especially considering mum and dad is 86 and mum is 83, so time is getting shorter and we like to enjoy as much time as we possibly can. Kelly and Tammy are saying g'day to Lorraine. Lorraine going back. Nick is saying it's a photo of me in front of his third great grandfather's home in County Cork. He left in 1851. Was that the actual place? Oh my goodness me. That is incredible. Wow. Thomas is saying the photo postcards are called postogram. Oh, thank you for that. I find that I'll find one of them and use that. That's fantastic. That's a really great idea. Nick is saying he only drinks Guinness. Okay. I believe Guinness was at one point making green beer as well. Hello, Nick, from Lillian. And Lorraine is saying, have green gills, not green beer. Why do you have green gills? Oh, let me have some of my favorite caffeine hit. Oh boy. So, so we need to be aware before we get on board the ship here that we've got a negative rat, and I think we may end up having to wear masks in certain areas. So that's what we need. Scrooge is saying to Busby that he just checked out his channel and subbed, liked your Arizona video. He lived in Tucson. Well, I'll tell you what, Scrooge, you are not far wrong, mate. Busby has got some awesome stuff. Just ask Busby to show you his pecker. Lorraine is saying something didn't agree with her. Oh, that's no good. Question. Is Ilana your wife? Not only is she my wife, but she's the best wife I've ever had. And she is my partner in crime, my wife, my work partner, and she's also, folks, I get to sleep with my secretary because she's my secretary. Yes, Lillian, she is. She's the most amazing business partner and wife and everything partner I've ever had. So I'm grateful for her in my life. I love her to absolute bits, and I don't care who knows. Nick, my first stop in Australia will be Melbourne. I can think of no better people to introduce me to Australia than Sean and Ilana. Oh my goodness, Nick. Just wait until you see the place. You're going to want to stay. She is a wonderful woman. She is. Don't get me started there, Lillian. Do not get me started. And I know she's going to come downstairs and say, don't say all those things about me. And if you are listening in, honey, I'm sorry. She's a sweet woman. Well, she's more than sweet. Sometimes she can be pedantic. That's what I call pedantic. Like I can start telling a story and then she'll ask me a question about it because I didn't clarify the statement for her in the early stages. But she's got to wait until I get to the end of the story because then I would have clarified it anyway. But yeah, who cares? I love being around her. She's the best thing I ever had. Chris is saying, Scrooge, I just responded to your comment. Thank you, Randy. Nick is saying he's doing the Indian Pacific both ways. Sydney to Perth, then Perth to Sydney. It's definitely not cheap, like you said, Sean, but it's definitely must for a train lover like me. Now, you know what, Nick? If I were you, I would have done both in both directions, both the GAN and the Indian Pacific, because I know you're going to miss some stuff on the way in both cases. So there we go. Michael Lane is saying Ilana is awesome and Sean's not too bad either. Oh, thank you, Michael Lane. I appreciate that. Really do. Lillian is saying, Busby, I got a video up now. You should check it out. Go ahead, Busby. Check it out. Busby is also saying, Michael and Ilana makes Sean better. Well, yeah, I would agree with that. Considering I've had the opportunity of meeting your better half, Chris, and she definitely is way cuter than you are. Let me just say that. How are you, Michael? From Danny. So, whether or not Ilana likes it, she's being spoken about in the background here, and everybody is super supportive of her. So, what can I say? I'm more than excited to have her around me at all times. Okay, so yes, our cruise on the Grand is only going to be 4 days or 3 days, but um, but but at least we're going to get a taste, and Mum and Dad are going to have a taste as well. Um, okay, Nick is saying the GAN was twice as much southbound. Really? So I'm glad I'm at least going one way from Adelaide to Darwin. Then I'll fly from Darwin to Sydney. Wow, double. But wait a minute, you're coming in when? Why would the price be twice as much? Um, or is it seasonal, or is it because it's? I don't know. But that's a bit of a shock to me, the fact that it is twice as much. Michael Ann's saying that she's good to Danny, so that's awesome. And Danny's saying that's good. Ilana is definitely your better half from Nick. Yeah, well, she is. And Darian is just cool. Everything is cool. Nissa is way cuter, of course. And Nissa has one thing that you don't have, mate. Yeah, that's right, hair. But then I can't talk either because Ilana has got that too. Um, we're talking about hair, folks. Don't send yourselves down the gutter there. Keep it as, this is a daytime show, and we want to stay that way. Um, Actually, it was a privilege having a chat with Chris and Nissa yesterday because Chris alluded to something. What he alluded to was that he was thinking about paying us a visit down under at some point. So there we go. Now Lorraine is craving spaghetti ice. You had to mention. Well, okay, Darian's here, so you can mention it. Fairy Dust is saying was getting dinner. Hello everyone. What have I missed? Oh, you've missed everybody, Bernay. Everybody. So what's for dinner? What are we having? She Devil's saying good day to Bernay and also having a giggle. So there we go. Yes, and then after that, let me see. Lillian is saying that would be amazing. Yeah, it would. We would be very fortunate if. Well, actually, we don't want Chris. We just want Nessa to come down, because apparently it's a bucket list item for Nessa. Chris, on the other hand, will just help out there. Darian, I am well, having a laugh at the Lorraine. Well, he finally made it. 1340. And you guys would be very soon going back up north, so hope you guys have had a very good snowbirding down in Florida. And look, okay, just for you guys, just for you, I did it. Also because mine broke. Um, Darian, did someone say spaghetti ice? Yeah, yeah, I did. It was spoken. Spaghetti ice was mentioned by Lorraine, and she will be wanting some, as well as Nick. He also mentioned spaghetti ice. He's knowing that he's going to get the spaghetti ice when he goes to Germany, and maybe in Melbourne too. Then he's going g'day to Benay and John, and JNN is saying, people are saying g'day. Me, says Lorraine. Yes. Yep, I agree, Busby, with a big smile on his face. Um, and Benay is saying, what? Ta- what? I can't pronounce that. I'm a dumb Aussie. But that looks like Avos. Um, Now, Larry is saying 7:41 p.m. Larry, John is saying 2040. Larry and Sean. No, 2240. Let me clarify that. 2240. All right, Larry, you had to go there. You had to go there. Fresh. Did someone say fresh? Um, JNN is saying g'day to Lillian and Darian. John is back home now. Larry's asking whether John is home now. I think they were going home in April, is when, early April is when I heard that they were leaving Florida, headed north back up to New Hampshire. Scrooge is saying to Lorraine, just checked out your channel too, so that's awesome. Thomas, I've had spaghetti ice where it was invented, as has Darian. Thomas, you don't have to make Darian feel good. Because Darian will come in and tell everybody that we need to go to that same place and have the spaghetti ice. We don't mind him coming and telling us. The fact is that he actually goes there, videos himself eating it, shoving it in our faces. You could come down here and get spaghetti ice. I'm pretty sure it's not the same as the way you have it up there in Germany, but what can I say? It's still yum anyway. John is saying g'day to Danny. There you go. You see, you started him off fresh. Thank you very much from Lorraine. Larry, I keep forgetting Florida is Eastern time zone. Yes, you do. Scrooge is saying thank you very much to Kelly and Tammy, so they must have gone in there as well. And yes, Darian is having a giggle at my expense. But then I deserve every minute of it that I get. So for those who haven't heard, young Kenny is going to be doing his own group cruise, which is awesome. G'day, camp maintenance guy. Welcome aboard. After that, the first group cruise that is HH4C approved right now is the one that is going on the 2nd of January 2025, going out of Sydney, headed from Sydney all the way to Fiji, Vanuatu, New Caledonia on the Celebrity Edge. If you're on the other side of the pond, please say g'day to Crystal from Destinations Delight. Her details are in the chat below, or in the description below. Please have a chat with her and get her to get you booked on said cruise, because we're going to have a ball. Ilana is planning the most amazing excursion in Suva, Fiji, because that's where she spent a lot of her life there with her parents. And so she's really excited about that. So, folks, make yourself useful. Get on board with the one in January of 2025. There is another group cruise being put on by Ocean to Ocean, which will be in June, I believe, of 2025. And that one is going from Seattle to Alaska. That also is Helping Hands for Cruising recipient on board that cruise ship as well. Lorraine is saying that Rebecca has a shirt that says fresh. Larry is saying hi CMG camp maintenance guy, welcome aboard. And I believe that's Troy. Is that correct? Would I be correct? Danny's saying I'm almost to 300 friends. I'm at 277. Well, good on you. Well done. We are currently sitting on 570 here. We'd love to try and get monetized. I know that the Helping Hands for Cruising is up to 607, 637, somewhere around there, 600 and something friends, and that's really exciting. We'd love to get both channels monetized so that both channels can feed dollars into the HH4C, so we can get more cruisers on board the ship. Lillian saying g'day to the camp maintenance guy. She Devil saying g'day to camp maintenance guy. Tom is saying part of the Florida panhandle is okay, so they're in part of the panhandle. That's cool. Larry is saying John is saying Larry's supposed to leave on the 27th, but no power in the house for 3 days and can't get up the driveway until snow melts. Why no power? Is power because of the snow? Thomas is saying he's in Central Time. And Bernay is saying, Sean, rolled up tacos with guacamole, mashed up avocados. No kangaroos were harmed in the making. Oh, wow. That sounds extremely awesome. Guacamole. Woo. I love guacamole. In fact, I love plain avo. I could eat avo on its own. We know that young Kenny's got some issues with it, but that's his problem, even though he does like avo and he doesn't know it. But that sounds absolutely awesome. And the good news is no kangaroos were harmed. Well, you've got to have your roux bangers, or you've got to have your roux steaks. That roux is quite nice to eat, actually. Larry, oh wow, John, we are in a travel trailer in our yard. They just started working on our house. Well, that's cool. That's awesome. When will they be finished? Lorraine is having a giggle at Bernay, and Danny is going, Troy, yo. Camp maintenance guy is saying, yep, so I've got it correct. Danny is saying and then thanks. I think. Johnny is saying, Larry, how's the trailer working out? Michael-Ann is confirming Helping Hands for Cruising is 637. Thank you for that, Michael-Ann. That is greatly appreciated. Folks, we need that over the 1,000 so that we can get it all monetized and start getting some good charity going into there. Larry's going, the trailer is good, not fun having to worry about the black water. Well, just get it sent down the Blackwater hole. It's 10:48 Eastern. Yes, it is. Scrooge is saying that Kelly and Tammy am 164. Awesome. Get more into Scrooge as well. Lillian is saying, Larry, can't you run a hose to your drain at the house? That's a good point, Larry. Sean, they're going to be a while. Insurance are being difficult. Why am I not surprised? Because you're spending their money, which is actually your money, but it's their money, but it's yours, but it's theirs, but it's... Kelly and Tammy are saying, Larry, are you from California? Um, actually, Larry is saying that they are 3 hours north of Vancouver, BC, Canada, British Columbia. Okay, so anybody who's interested, Helping Hands for Cruising, Stream Elements is saying Helping Hands for Cruising Facebook page is such. Please donate to help special needs people on a cruise. To me, special needs is anybody who needs it, like for one reason or another, they couldn't get on a cruise ever in their life, whether they be the carer of a disability or the disability, or life has just not been fair or whatever. Larry is saying, Lily, no, hose not long enough, but great suggestion. Well, you know what, Larry? You could always get a longer hose. Lillian says she loves the HH4C song. Yeah, we love it too. We appreciate Matt and his lovely wife, Amber. I think it's Matt and Amber, or Matt and Amy. Sorry, Matt and Amy. From FatMat Adventures, they did us a great favor in creating that song, and so we really appreciate it. Kelly is saying we are at 164, also Scrow's Nest, and so is Scrow's Nest. No worries, folks. We need to get Kelly and Tammy's Journey and Scrow's Nest up the track. Let's get some more friends in there. Larry's having a PowerPoint moment. PowerPoint, because there's like 3 faces. And they all look like, because I'm not wearing any glasses, they all look to me like PowerPoints, you know. 1 whole plus 2, your Earth, and then your active and neutral. But then, there we go. What can I say? I can stuff it up. So let's picture this. The next, at the moment, the next Helping Hands for Cruising group cruise, I'll tell you, that's going to be on in 658 days. And that cruise, so picture the scenario. You guys come in just before New Year's Eve. We go into an area called Circular Quay, which is where all the ships come on in, and it's the ferry, where all the ferries come in as well. We watch these fireworks go off at midnight. Then we have a day or two to have a bit of a break. Then on the 2nd of January, we get onto the Celebrity Edge, which is just one of the most hugest ships. It's got that magic carpet on the side, which at certain times of the day it's sitting right at the top, and you can have a meal there, and then at other times it drops right down to the bottom and it becomes a bar. And then if we're going on any excursions that need to be tended, it drops right down to water level, and we use that as a tender point. And then what happens is that ship then goes from out of Sydney. It sails out of Sydney Harbour at about 16:30, around about 4:30 in the afternoon. And when it pulls out, it just reverses. You have the bridge behind you. You're sailing out of the harbour, and on the right-hand side, you've got Circular Quay and then Sydney Opera House. And then it just goes straight out of Sydney Harbour, out towards the heads and out to open ocean. First stop is Noumea. From there, it then goes on to, Noumea is part of New Caledonia. I believe it's the capital of New Caledonia. And then from there, it goes on to Suva in Fiji. We go to 2 stops in Fiji, then we come back through Vanuatu with a couple of stops, Magic Island and Vilo. Vila is the capital of Vanuatu. And then heads back into one more. Forget what the one more is. And then back into Sydney. 3 sea days there and 3 sea days back. Kelly is saying that we are 164th of, so hang on a minute, let me just get back there. Lorraine's still thinking. So Larry is saying, get a longer hose. Yes, Larry, get a longer hose. Scrooge is saying Kelly and Tammy meant he was their 164th subscriber, ours or theirs, 164th subscriber. Lillian, yes, Larry. Never mind. Um, Lorraine said she's up to them both. Lillian is saying, Larry, I know what you meant. Yes, mate, get a longer hose. Stop complaining and just do it. Um, Lillian is saying, have a great evening, everyone. Sorry you're pulling out, but yes, you have a great evening and please rest well. Good night, Lily from Larry. And Lorraine is going, Lily, thumbs up and all sorts of happy stuff. And Larry was saying, wish I was on a cruise right now. Well, you could have been. It was called the Fantastic Cruising Group Cruise. But then we all know what happened. Yes, Larry, the ship sailed without you. That's what happened. So there you go. That's your problem, and you're going to have to live with it. um, after that, well, we just have to wait and see what happens. But if you are currently, if you're looking to come down to the Australian cruise in January, any person coming in from the U.S. needs a visa. The equivalent to the ESTA, which is what you guys have in the US for us to come in with, is the ETA here in Australia. Excuse me. So you guys will need to have the ETA to come in. And yes, currently, and we're hoping that within 2 years that gets dropped. But if you're coming in to cruise into Australia, you know what? You can come in on a tin can, you know, that aluminium tin can they call an aeroplane. You can come in with that, sneezing, coughing, spreading germs everywhere, but you do need to test negative to jump on a cruise here. Ananda is finally booked on her first cruise. Mate, are you going with her or is she doing it on her own? Because if truth be known, she should be doing it on her own because you've had 2 cruises on your own without her. So there you go. Bernay is saying, my eyes, Sean, okay. No, you're not a dolphin. I feel you, but get out of the water, mate. Well, if you can't handle nice, cool water, then what can I say, Bernay? This water is absolutely beautiful. We're just not in Melbourne. You wouldn't want to go in Melbourne water, but the Sydney Harbour water is brilliant. So there you go. Kelly and Tammy are saying thanks to Lorraine. And yes, it is awesome. Ananda's going on the cruise. It's about friggin' time, to be honest with you. Lorraine is saying, Sean, just keep swimming. Well, I've been trying to swim. First of all, my name is not Dorothy. What's her name? The fish. Somebody will tell me. But at the end of the day, no matter how hard I swim, I cannot get out of Victorian waters. We dropped the group cruise in May of 24 and booked her a birthday cruise for September of 24. Awesome! The show was called Nemo, but Nemo's counterpart, Dory, that's right. Thank you, Lorraine, thank you. My name's not Dory. I'm beginning to feel like Dory. Who am I talking to, please? Yes, Dory. Everybody's clarifying that for me. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you guys all did, because I'd forget who I am. 68 days till we cruise on the Valor. Wow. That's awesome. That is awesome. Um, well, g'day, Governor. You're running a bit behind schedule, but that's understandable because you're in the arc, and I don't know if you guys have already dropped your times or gone forward. Have you gone forward yet in arc? You know, the UK, because I know the Yanks have gone forward, but I'm wondering whether the Pommies are going forward now as well. Um, Ask a Disney fan. That's correct, Lorraine. I'll ask a Disney fan. They'll always get the answers correct. I won't use the word right because then all the people on the other side of the pond will say, hey, that's our side of the road, and what do you know? No, I'll use the word correct because that's better. End of next week. So you're going pretty much when we come back. We're coming back in the start of April as well, or sometime close to April, close to the start of April. I'd have to check that anyway. Rob from Busby and Bernay is saying, I'm coming for you, Sean. Well, thank you so much, Bernay. I really appreciate that. Herdarian is saying, good night, everyone. Thanks for yet another great live. And thank you for coming in, Herr Darian. We really enjoyed your time with us. Good night, Darian, from Larry, from Michael Ann, and from Lorraine. Well, folks, it is. The hour's up, and it is time I got off here so that I can assist my lovely bride in getting our house nice and ready for that inspection. So hopefully we'll be back on board with Jonesy on Tuesday night. Tuesday morning your time across the pond. But definitely Hump Day, we will be doing a live out of our current studio here in Melbourne. And then again next week, Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern, which equates to... currently it's 1 p.m. Melbourne time on Saturday afternoon. So folks, you have a great day. Enjoy your evening sleep, and tomorrow will be another awesome day. Take care, have fun, and we will catch you all later.